This is Strawberry Ink, where we dive into the strange, the tragic, and the unresolved. I'm Santiago, and today we're covering a case that continues to haunt North Carolina and beyond. This is a story of Madalina Cojocari, a young brunette girl from Cornelius, North Carolina, whose disappearance is a mysterious and heartbreaking case. I'm having a bit of a hangover today, partying last night, drinking at the birthday party actually of my mom's friend. Happy birthday to her, I wish her the best. Anyways, there is a federal program that brings people from Europe to the US and has them stay in North Carolina temporarily. At the solar eclipse last year, April 8th, I believe it was. Yes, Monday, April 8th, correct. All schools were closed. Lots of work places let their employees have the day off. And I watched the eclipse from Cleveland, Ohio. From that nice outdoor mall they have up there. Beautiful kiddos, especially the older kiddos, just like lots of beautiful kiddos living close and going there to watch the solar eclipse. And four of these kiddos, they were from Denmark. Four girls, pretty ones. They were with their parents cause their dad got a job in the US, had to stay in North Carolina to work there, and chose to kind of keep his job there to continue there, but also chose to do one last road trip before returning to Denmark. Anyways, Madalina stopped showing up to school. She was from a Romanian family, and there was no reason why she would not be going to school. It was a public school. There was no explanation at first, and no transfer request. Just silence and just complaints about her missing class. Therefore, the staff at Bailey Middle School where she was going, they grew concerned. They reached out to her parents and requested a meeting, and that's when the story broke open. At the meeting, Diana Cojocari, the mother, and Christopher Palmiter, the father, claimed that Madalina had been missing for weeks, yet they never reported her disappearance. School officials immediately contacted law enforcement. Both parents were arrested at the school for failing to report their kid missing. They were charged with a Class I felony under North Carolina law. They were processed at the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office headquarters and then booked into the Mecklenburg County Jail. The FBI soon joined the investigation, which remains active to this day. Though both parents were arrested, suspicion primarily centered on Diana, Madalina's mother. After her eventual release, she left the US and returned to Romania, a move that raised more questions than answers. Soon after the arrest, both parents were arraigned in the Mecklenburg County Superior Court before Judge Donald Curtin Jr., represented by attorney Brendan Roseman. They each pleaded not guilty to the felony charge. Assistant District Attorney Austin Butler led the prosecution. At arraignment, Palmiter was released on a pretrial supervision, but Judge Curtin ordered that Diana remain in jail without bond, a decision that reflected the court's concerns over flight risk and cooperation. Then came the plea deal. On May 20th, my mom's birthday, Diana Cojocari pleaded guilty to the felony charge. It was part of a negotiated agreement between the defense and prosecution. Judge Curtin sentenced her to 510 days in jail, with credit for time served. Therefore, she was released the very next day, and almost immediately she left the country, returning to Romania. As part of her plea, she waived her right to appeal. But for Christopher Palmiter, things did not end there. He maintained his innocence and proceeded to trial. It began on May 21st, 2024. Over the course of 10 days, a jury of 12 members and one alternate heard the evidence. They deliberated for only 14 minutes before returning a guilty verdict. Judge Cureton immediately sentenced Palmiter to 30 months of supervised probation. He has since appealed his conviction, and that appeal remains pending as of May 2025. And what about Madalina? She's still missing. The beautiful brunette 11-year-old girl vanished without a trace. Despite ongoing efforts by local authorities and the FBI, there has been no confirmed sighting, no physical evidence, and no recovery. The only thing is that the mom burned her cell phone down. The case is active, but the answers remain elusive. That's the story of Madalina Cojocari, a missing Romanian girl, a divided home, and the justice system still trying to find clarity in the chaos. Until next time, this is Strawberry Ink. Stay curious, stay cautious, and stay inked. Have a good rest of your day.